Good morning, guys. So it's like 9:37. As you can see, new environment. Did we level up? Did we move? Nothing but God and the power of my mind collaborating, quite literally. And it's crazy because when I was living in my old apartment before the whole eviction thing happened, like, I had toured this type of floor plan and I was like, oh, it'd be nice to upgrade. Like, we'll see what happens over the next few months. Cause I was planning to upgrade from a studio to a 1-bed and then everything happened. But it's like everything had to clear out for me to get my 1-bed. But today's gonna be an amazing day. I'm really back now getting into the groove of things. I moved from that crazy place, Airbnb, that I was staying at. I have a little bit of peace of mind. I gotta set up my internet in a little bit. As you can see the box, but we are about to take this little one to school. We're taking 7 to daycare, especially in my neighborhood. She gets 1 free week, which is really nice. You want to say good morning? Your face is kind of crusty though, and you smell like a Dorito. You need a bath. And she's gonna get one soon, I promise.
Meanwhile, in the Uber.
As you guys can see, I'm home. Atlanta Tech Village, which is basically like Silicon Valley in a building. Hi guys. I'm good. How are you guys today?
Good.
Thank you. Thank you. I thought it was gonna be colder today, but I was pleasantly surprised.
Is it pleasant though?
I'm not trusting Justin's judgment today on the matcha. I'm traumatized from last time.
I'm a matcha pro.
How have you been, Justin?
I've been alright, man. I've been alright. What about you?
I've been good. We gotta catch up. A lot of things are happening. I told you about the Zodiac Games coming back though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I told you it was gonna be like a game. Did I tell you that?
No.
For the last like 2 months, I've been developing the card game. Like, I went to New York, I went to Belize to like meet up with the Mayans to learn about their games and like the calendar and shit. And it was really fun. And we do have a game, so now I'm like locking in. So I'm excited. But yes.
Did you hear that?
No.
She's developing a game.
Yeah.
A game?
Like a Zodiac game. They can't hear you, Tia, but say hi. So I'm here working on my, notes for my meeting earlier with Tia. And guess who comes into the shop? Miss Dom Davis herself. It's a beautiful day today. Is fashion entrepreneur extraordinaire. Let's talk about it. What do you want people to know?
I'm going to be one of the best designers in the world. My brand is called Dom Davis, and it's extremely hard to do, but I will achieve it.
Yes. And entrepreneur, that's your focus right now, Dom Davis, solely?
And I've been working on an app for maybe for 3 years. I took a break, and I actually think I found someone that's going to be a great partner. And we're going to be linking up this week to get things back rolling on that. So I'm actually going to be like a fashion tech girl.
Okay.
But a little bit of marketing.
Okay. Yeah, because you've been eating with the marketing.
4 hours later.
So it's the night of. I'm about to go to a dinner to meet up with some of my coworkers actually from the label. All of us, especially like in the marketing, creative department, are actually still really cool. All of us are no longer at the company besides one person. Excuse the missing nail. But everyone's still so supportive of each other and our journeys. Let's get the ambiance.
Living a good life.
Wow, look, Marley. Oh my God, what do you want to say to the camera?
Say, life is good.
It is good. Life is beautiful.
Life is beautiful. Count your blessings.
Thankful season.
Yeah, it's giving gratitude. It's giving we've leveled up.
Absolutely.
It's giving more to come.
Okay.
is giving turn your notifications on for all these ladies.
Oh.
2026.
2026, it's
Turn the
up.
notifications on.
And the winner is...
Later that evening after dinner,
Got it. Okay. Scroll down just a little bit. Keep the how to play in there. Yeah. Yes. I'm gonna poke holes. Not because I'm hating, but just to kind of just see.
No,
see
I
where
know.
you're at,
Please,
yeah.
please.
So on this vote,
Yes.
everybody votes. I don't want to word this.
Do you want to see the card?
How you gonna handle stalemates?
I don't think there will be any. I feel like you have to see the card details. I feel like you have to see what the positioning is. And I know that's bold, right? Okay, and you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Can you vote for yourself?
No. Basically, how you are determining, like, what you're voting upon. So, like, is it the most delusional? That type of stuff is already on the card. So it's more so just, and also we're encouraging this to be like a pregame. So I feel like when people are met with certain emotionally triggering scenarios, that's like, what the fuck do you mean? And you have to decide, you know, are you going to be petty or mature? And you have to decide like how to match that. It's like, you naturally just want to respond how you want to respond, like regardless of what the category is. And so I think it just allows people to express themselves honestly.
Is that outside of like having a shit ton of people, the replay value is low. Like for me, in my opinion, I know when I first played Cards Against, it was great the first time, and then like second time I was like, this ain't moving me because I've heard this, I've seen this, like But when it's a ton of people, it's a little bit different because you have so much variance in answers. So I'm wondering, like with this, since it's like so like scenario based, almost like what helps the replay value of like, okay, we played through these scenarios.
early the next morning, 45 minutes later.
So this is what I'm thinking for the first kind of image or seal.
Cute.
I know we have that other shape. We can come back to it, but I wanted to simplify it to kind of see how it sits in this setting. And then, like I said, I made the hair a bit more curlier, but we can go a little bit more curly if you want. But I just have to see how the shape kind of forms. And it comes together.
Okay.
So this is what I'm thinking for...
You're a fucking madman. I hope you know that. Like, the seal? Crazy.
The next day, bright and early.
Good morning, y'all. So I had to get up early to meet with Marie. She basically called for a entrepreneur boot camp, girl boss boot camp. As y'all know, Marie is my mentor, who is a runner and owner of Beautiful. She also has a 7-figure business, entrepreneur, black woman, incredible. She mentored for Goldman Sachs, 1 million black women program for the past few years. She's incredible. And when you guys see, when we go over, you'll see why. But let me get dressed. Let me get it together. 7 says good morning. Wait, can you guys see her trying to attack me? Stop and say good morning. Don't be rude.
Once at Mary's house.
Tell people about you. I feel like people need to know about Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs, icon, 7-figure business, Sagittarius, dancer, storyteller, mom, wife. The list goes on, but continue.
That was so good. Okay. Well, yes, I have a background in all those things. Been an entrepreneur for a really long time. But along my journey, I started to notice that I struggled in spaces that I wasn't aligned with. So I decided to create my own world. So I have been in the petroleum business, but I do have a performing arts background. So I love artists. I love creatives because that's who I naturally am. So getting into the petroleum space was tough for me. So I decided to create my own world, which was, and when I say petroleum, I mean like fuel, gas, oil, diesel, not petroleum.
Jelly.
No. Yeah, so I created Beautiful. This is the space that I curated so that we understand that our biggest and best commodity is the few within ourselves. If we are not aligned energetically, confidence wise, if we're not those things, your confidence, your energy, you can struggle, whether that's in your business life or your personal life. So that's what I did. I created Beautiful. And I choreograph transformation. At the end of the day, everybody who I work with, you will be transformed
quite literally
in some way. It's a magical thing.
It is.
I do carry a wand, which I don't have with her right now. Her name is with me right now. Her name is Wanda. She helps me realize and make sure that everybody sees how magical they are.
Yes.
Sometimes when you're in a dark place, you think that you've been buried, but you've actually been planted. Note that. Remember that it is not what it seems to be. Sometimes your most magical and best work is done in the dark. Don't hate it if it gets dark. Embrace it. Doesn't mean it's going to be easy, but what it will be is magical.
Now in the office.
And a little euphemism for precise. Control freak. You did nice with that. That precise means control freak. That's not me.
I don't think Virgos are control freaks.
Yes, they are.
I think that we just
that's what precise.
We have
that's cute that
we have certain ways about us that are just particular. We're just
I say that 100 times, and once again, nobody listens.
But you want
particular. That's what it is. We're particular.
Cute for control freak. I appreciate it though. It sounds cute.
Wordplay.
It's Jameer.
Pretty gonna, because this game gonna get messy.
Yeah, it's fun though. Did Aquarius? I swear this is. I don't know why. We're detached rebellious. I don't know why, but I get along so well with them.
But Aquarius,
I think they're calm to me.
Really?
Aquarius, yes.
They're very unique.
That's what I'm saying.
They're very unique people. Yes.
Yeah.
Aquarius.
And so there's not, and maybe because like that weird shit is admirable. And we're so truthful.
Yeah.
Like I get your weirdness.
Like you're being
and
yourself.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. You appreciate their authenticity.
I do. I do. Yes. I love it.
And so these are some of the like life scenarios that people would be responding to.
You find out the person you're dating is only with you to network and secretly took pictures of our projects. When
Some of them are based on my real life.
Who? Do we got to figure out what sign would do this?
No, it's more so. So
that's
the
what you
scenario
have to
that you
do.
have to respond to. Oh, keep reading. This is serious. Some of the scenarios are based off my real life. Okay? And this was my way of healing. Some, not all. It's maybe like 5 out of all of the life card scenarios. I'm not going to say which ones they are. That was my way of healing and getting my look back and alchemizing the trauma and betrayal and making it into something that impacts culture and something I can monetize. Because if anyone's going to capitalize off of my trauma, it should be me.
There you go.
And that's why.
Right. Data.
But I get your point of like, because of the type form, because of the domestic and international, it's like even me asking people for their information, like, do you want to stay up to date? Do you want to play it? It's interesting because when I first did the poll, it was like people chose the card game over the activation, but they were tied. I just checked the other day. The activation is now more than the card game, and it's been a minute since I checked.
Oh.
So it's like going teeter where people are like, oh no, we want this, but and when I even asked them the first, did you just see the data from the first poll? Did you ever see it?
I don't think so. No.
Right. So this was the first poll, and then I did another one. So this was the first one, and that's why they chose Vices out of the physical products. So I was like, okay. So I was like, clearly, that's what y'all want. Cool. Heard. Which one would you actually play for your friends? And this was content, right? This was the content play Astro Hot Take. So I was like, okay, we're gonna get some content, we're gonna get some personality. And I think that's where the Vices tour is gonna come in because they're gonna share their hot takes on the game. And before Vices was in the lead, and now it's this. So when it was initially in the lead, I was trying to figure out what should I start with first, and Vices was in the lead. So I was like, I'll do the card game first and then build everything around it. But when I saw the Science of Supremacy, I was like, oh, y'all want activation, y'all wanna go outside. Niggas wanna go outside. We can go outside, let's have fun, let's have a cookout. Do you think that the Zodiac Games is gonna be something that I sell? Or do you think it's something that I can stay with and maybe like be on the board or something?
I mean, it just depends. Depends on how sweet the deal is and how married you are to the rest of it. I mean, to it for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I've always said I want my own liquor brand for the Zodiac Games, 12 Spirits. like my plush toys, especially now that like marketing is becoming more analog. So people want more physical products. They want more non-AI tech things, which is like, oh, like I gotta tap into like the 80s franchise model then. What the craze was in the 80s at that point, maybe Pokemon?
Girl, no.
What was
there were no damn Pokemon in the 80s. So a lot of the cartoons, like for example, my joint was Strawberry Shortcake.
That's so cute.
And
that's so you though.
I had the clothes.
Yeah.
And then I had like the doll.
Yeah.
And I watched the cartoon.
Exactly.
Right? My Little Pony, Rainbow Bright. That was my, those were my jams. And then as far as video games in terms of like what you could touch and see at the same time was, it was Atari.
Yeah.
I played Atari.
So while I'm organizing my documents in my drive, come to find out, I find the actual college presentation that started all of this, guys. This was the assignment. This was the first ever Zodiac Games document ever. As you guys can see, excuse my dirty ass laptop screen, for $50,000. Who had a budget? Who was cutting that check? I don't know. Why do we need it? Let me read what I said. Why do we need the Zodiac Games? As the ancient study of astrology becomes more mainstream, the Zodiac Games will not only introduce and explain the ancient science in a new innovative way for new generations to understand, but also give a platform to those contestants and influencers for them to understand and learn how to utilize their own destined skills and qualities better. No AI, by the way. This was in 2019. So then, this is who I wanted casted initially. This would be really chaotic if this is what it was today. Team Fire. Wait, we'll zoom. Wait. Team Fire, Sky Jackson, Billie Eilish, Zendaya, Kalani, Finn, Willow Smith, King Bach, Bad Bunny, Ron Blanchard, Khalid, and James Charles. Oof. Retrogrades in astrology happens as Earth is passing or being passed by other planets, like the apparent movement of the sun. Hosted by Jay Versace is hilarious. And then this was basically what I was trying to do. It was like they would go through physical challenges, and it's like, okay, Team Fire won that, so they're safe. Then it's Team Earth. I was trying to break down like the elimination basically. Then it's like, okay, these three, Team Earth wins, and then out of Team Fire, Team Earth, Team Water won, and it was like boom, boom, boom. Team Air. So then it's like they were in the last. Basically, like the breakdown was like, okay, this was like the bottom team. So then when the bottom team is in the bottom, then like the three signs go against each other to see who gets eliminated. And obviously we saw who got eliminated. And that was that. And that's the beginning of the Zodiac Games, y'all. This is how all this shit started. Shout out to younger Sierra girl. Little did you know. Little did you know.